Hey, beauties, good afternoon to you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a speech by our Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Andrew Michael Holness. What a speech. Let me tell you something. You see, when I was listening to you and I was looking at you, I said to myself, this man, what was the name of that man that Paul spoke to? And the man said to Paul, let me tell you, Paul, you're good. You nearly convinced me. You are a good. You're good. You're a brilliant man. Paul, you almost convinced me where the word of God is concerned. And I want to say similar. You almost convinced me, Prime Minister. Let me tell you, I think Denzel Washington is the best male actor in the world. And let me tell you, you literally gave him a run for his money. You know how you spoke. You know, I can't judge your heart, to be honest with you, but let me tell you, actions, they definitely speak louder than words. Now, you mentioned a terminology, I call it a hypothesis. Absolute. Eradicate. What? Eradicate poverty. Absolutely. Something like that. And maybe I'm saying it the wrong way, but, basically completely 100%, because you use the word absolute, which means it's 100%. It is virtually impossible. We live in a sinful world, so people are corrupt, people are greedy, people are arrogant, people are narcissistic, which is extreme selfishness. That is not going to happen. People love power. They love power to a great and mighty extent. And because of that unfortunate reality, you will not be able to eradicate, no matter how far, even if you were the best leader in the world, even if I were to liken you like a Mia Motley, or that Grenadian Prime Minister there, that Indian man, what's his name again? Mohammed, something, whatever, Ali, I don't want to call his name wrong. And another one there, that big man there, that fair skinned big man there for don't remember the name of that Caribbean island. I'm seeing it, I can't even call it right now. But you have the gist. Even if you were to supersede them by leaps and bounds, you cannot eradicate that and get to and have no poverty. So it's like poverty is completely, not even the great Singapore is there. Yes, they're basically like a first world country now, as small as they are, because they took actually what I was told is that they took our, is it manifesto or something, they took our model and they employed it in their own model, and it worked. They completed whatever framework, and accountability framework, and economic framework, all the different frameworks, and it worked for them. It worked for them. They're basically, just call them a first world country, or you want to say summa cum laude country. But you said something which I must applaud you for. You said that the unfortunate thing is that we did not do due diligence. You never said the word due diligence. In other words, we failed to employ the right methodology in order to make Jamaica great, in order for us to have very little, poverty, in order for us to have that. To achieve having no poverty at all, sir, absolutely eradicating that, you would have to invest in education, invest in infrastructure, invest in the healthcare system holistically, sir. Not just a one place, like when you mentioned the Cornwall Regional Hospital, many other of the hospital and healthcare centers and clinics. Education, we would have to move from 138th place in terms of illiteracy or literacy, whichever way you want to look at it, maybe into the teens or the top 10. So we'd have to go shoot all the way up. So in other words, we'll be 10th place at least, or 20th place, even 30th, but in the top 100, not below 100. So we're like in the negative by far, by leaps and bounds. And also you would have to eradicate almost absolutely inequalities where inequality should not be. So for example, let me lighten it onto this. So let us say you have a church. You can't have the pastor earning all the money. He's way up there. Way up there. When you look, the congregants are suffering. The people who are regular visitors, they're suffering greatly and gravely, while he and his board is doing very well economically and socially. Something is wrong with that algorithm. So for example, you can't be the PM And when we look, your salary is way up there, or your earnings or your net worth is way up there in the millions. And when you look at most of Jamaicans, they're not even hundredth near. You like how you have million, do you have that word? They can't even say they're hundredth. They're poor, so till poor hate them. Poor no want to see them. Poor sick and tired of them. That's how many Jamaicans are suffering. I'm talking people who are even working. I remember somebody said to me that there are people, they have this little place that gives food. And that there are people who are working. They probably have a motor vehicle and they see them with their own two eyes because things are so tough that they probably don't even have enough money to buy food. So they have to go to this, like you'd have a food pantry for poverty-stricken people. So they see people in working clothes. Somebody who, a friend of mine, said they witnessed it. And they're not talking on a one-off occasion. Right in the Kingston metropolitan area. So you can have one man earning, for example, in politics. We just give a figure. $1 million per month. We're just using $1 million per month. Net. Yes, let's just say after tax. And another man is earning $100,000. I know of an educated person who is earning a little bit over. When I say a little bit over 100,000. It's not even close to $150,000. And I think it is gross, she said. Gross. Educated, tertiary level educated person in a so-called corporate job. So the bells and the whistles and the whims and the fancies and all the whatever it is, I mean, you almost convinced me. Absolute no poverty. Absolutely. In which world? We could have even the 10th world as opposed to third world. We could have even the 20th world. First world above first. If you have something that's above first, I just use the for conversational purposes, summa cum laude, distinction. Like when you get an A+, but then you have distinction. They probably have summa cum laude, something that is just extremely high. That is not possible. So I don't know why it is that you even brought that up in the entire presentation. All right. So February 26th is the election and so forth, local government elections and so on. I guess let the better team win. That's the only thing that I can say. That's the only thing that I can say. I don't even know what to comment because I was just disheartened when I heard about getting poverty out, when there are a lot of civil servants who have not gotten their overtime pay, a lot of civil servants who are supposed to get back money in terms of mileage and other, and they have not gotten it. The salaries, when they put so-called increase, the increment slower than the slug that is crawling on people's cabbages and other lettuce and other vegetables. Slow. A little bit. The 20% was broken up in pieces while the 100%, 200%, 300% was in one sweep. Does that make any sense? And you talk about you want to get eradicate poverty. Absolutely. I understand that Rome is not built in a day. Nobody was looking for that. Nobody in their right mind could expect that, let us say, we hypothetically could achieve no poverty in the country. There is no way under this regime, under what we are facing, we would even dream of even halfway getting there, quarter way getting there. When public sector servants are bawling, I'm not asking, I'm not ifing, and it's not the minority. I'm talking about the majority. Remember your colleague when you were showing the placards last year with Dion Jackson Miller? All of them were people in management. What happened to those who are not in management? Their salaries are indigent. The salaries are beyond a travesty of justice. And you talk about eradicating poverty. Absolutely. That's where you want to get. If I took a leaf to China, like go on a leaf, and it slowly took me, I reached China long before, I was still not even quarter way of eradicating poverty in this country. Because I mean, I like Lego money to the people of Jamaica. Look at this, but not a dollar extra came to people. Not a dollar extra came to people. What you saying to me, sir? Guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message. Thank you.